So for you to receive the income, the cash flow, the growth in your bank account, you must first become and be in the identity of the person who has that in their bank account. Your environment is louder than willpower. Your surroundings either stretch you or they shrink you.
You know the vibe. All spice, no sugar. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode on the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. And today I'm going to share a little secret with you. So believe it or not, but I actually brainwashed myself to become a multi-6-figure entrepreneur in less than 12 months. And right now I'm on a journey to brainwashing myself to becoming a millionaire at the age of 27. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you the exact process and the exact steps that I took to literally brainwash myself into becoming a multi-6-figure entrepreneur and how I plan on exactly brainwashing myself to becoming a millionaire. So buckle in, because this episode, we're going to be just diving into it. All right. So before I tell you the exact steps that I have used to brainwash myself and my mind, I need to give you a bit of context. All right. Because here's the thing, is I didn't just pop out of the fucking womb knowing that I was going to be an entrepreneur. Well, potentially. I mean, like, I had these vivid memories that at a young age, I was like, I know I'm going to be a millionaire. But I didn't pop out of the womb with the fucking mindset of just doing it. No, actually, I popped out of the womb with some people-pleasing generational trauma. Thanks, mummy. And also, I was so indoctrinated into the good girl behavior, into the good girl mentality. So let's wind back the clock a little bit to when I was nursing. So if you're new to this podcast, if you're new to my world as Kenny the creator, I was actually an emergency registered nurse for years, even though deep down I knew that I was meant for more. And I was in this mentality. I was so stuck in the system to the point where this is so interesting, because now with the woo-woo-ness that I am and how outside of the matrix that I am, it's so funny to think back to a few years' time of how much I was in the matrix and how much I was in the system and how much I was indoctrinated into conformity, that I was actually the person giving the needles and the vaccinations during COVID. And now I'm like, oh my God, that was the biggest fucking worldwide complex. And I would never ever put anything like that in my body again. But I used to be the person who actually injected people with the coronavirus vaccine. Wild. Like, what the actual fuck? Different lifetimes ago, right? And that just goes to show how deep I was in the system, how closed off I was to this world, how much of a good girl I had adopted into, how that personality literally shaped my entire reality. So in order for me to change my reality, I had to change my entire personality, and this came with brainwashing. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about this, right? In order to change your personal reality, and your personal reality is literally everything that makes up your world. So everything that you see with your eyes, the dollar signs in your bank account, your relationships, your career, your lifestyle, your travel, your freedom, everything that you see from your eyes makes up your personal reality. If you want to change that, you must change your personality, so the person that you are within. And how I did this, and how I'm going to tell you on this episode, is quite literally through brainwashing myself to believe that I was a 6-figure entrepreneur, that I am a millionaire. And it's all income comes after identity. There is a key concept here that I really want you to land. Write it fucking down if you have a pen and paper near you. I want you to write this down. Income comes after identity. So for you to receive the income, the cash flow, the growth in your bank account, you must first become and be in the identity of the person who has that in their bank account. And this is part of the process in how I brainwash myself. So let's get into it. So, because I know you're eager to know, like, Candy, how the fuck do I brainwash myself? Well, I'm going to tell you, baby girl. I'm going to tell you. Don't you worry. So number one, the first thing that you need to do in order to brainwash yourself to be whatever it is, whether it is 6 figures, whether it's 7 figures, whether it's 8 figures, I don't give a fuck what it is that you want to step into. But here's the thing. After this episode, you're going to be brainwashing yourself to become that person. All right. So get a pen, get a piece of paper, or just listen fucking really switched on. Okay. Because if you're out doing your hot girl walks, if you're in the car listening to me, I just want you to pay attention. Listen in. So step number 1, I want you to weaponize self-talk. And I don't mean like just talk positively to you and do affirmations. Actually, like the word affirmations kind of gives me the ick sometimes, if I'm being completely honest. Even though like I use them on a daily basis, I feel like they get this fluffy like reference where people are like, I like using my affirmations to manifest. I'm like, yeah. And also I want you to weaponize this motherfucker. Like weaponize your self-talk, because here's the thing. Your subconscious doesn't know the truth from repetition. It only builds your identity of what it hears most. So let me say that again. Your subconscious doesn't know the truth from repetition. So whatever you feed it, it builds your identity from. So what I do with my self-talk is, yes, I do processes like mirror gazing or talking to myself. Like for example, I was driving here to the podcast studio today. I actually forgot my phone. So it was a great opportunity for me to to do my self-talk practices. And I just was constantly just saying to myself, I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind. My bank account is in overflow. My bank account is in overflow. And the key thing that I want you to pick up on here is I'm using the language of it being in my now reality. And in order for you to really time collapse, this is something that you need to implement into every avenue of your life. So if you can also marry this with any type of movement or current habit that you have, it'll work a lot faster. So for example, when I'm running, like going on my run this morning, I hit a PR this morning, guys, did a 5:10 pace for 5 kilometers, which I'm so close to hitting sub 5. I'm really working towards that, which I love my running. And the reason why I love my running so much is because yes, sometimes I'll be listening to music, but then other times I'm literally reprogramming my motherfucking subconscious mind when I'm running. And you know how powerful that is when you can combine reprogramming self-talk with movement. It stimulates faster neural pathways in your brain to connect to from what that belief is into your body. So you actually become the embodiment of that affirmation way faster than whether you were just sitting down and repeating to yourself out loud your affirmations. If you can combine any type of movement, it helps to break the patterns of the old beliefs and form the patterns of the new beliefs way quicker than just sitting down and just listing or reading out your affirmations. So the next time you're out for your hot girl walk, it doesn't mean you don't have to start running, but I would if I was you, because successful people and millionaires. Did you know, also side tangent, did you know that 76% of self-made millionaires exercise at least 30 minutes a day? So if you're not fucking out doing your hot girl walks, going for a run, going to the gym, get yourself a fucking gym membership, babes. Honestly, it's good for the mind, it's good for the body, it's good for the bank account, okay? So anytime you are like doing your exercises, I want you to, instead of listening to music, I want you to give yourself, it doesn't have to be the whole time, 10 minutes of training where you are just repeating in your mind whatever it is that you're manifesting. For me, I'm brainwashing myself to become a millionaire. So I'm constantly like, I'm literally like, I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind. My mind is my millionaire asset. Like I'm constantly like, my business is a millionaire asset. My creative expression is a millionaire asset. Like I'm constantly reprogramming my mind. And I know that for me, shifting into 6 figures, that was like the biggest thing. Was like actually just reprogramming myself to know and believe and fully step into the identity that I was that person before I had proof, right? So before I had proof that I was that person, I was reprogramming my mind. Identity comes before income. Remember that. So step number 1 is weaponizing self-talk. Step number 2 in the brainwashing process, you're going to want to completely saturate your entire environment. Right? So your environment is louder than willpower. Your surroundings will either stretch you or they will shrink you. I'm going to say that again. Your environment is louder than willpower. Your surroundings either stretch you or they shrink you. So I want you to look around. And I'm not just talking about your friends and your family. I'm talking about like, what type of music are you listening to? What type of books are you reading? What type of podcasts are you consuming? Everything. Like, I want you to saturate your entire environment with everything that has to do with who you are becoming. If that is stepping into your 6-figure identity, listening to podcasts, even your fucking Instagram and TikTok algorithm. Are you consuming fucking shit and just looking at what other people are doing? Or is your Instagram algorithm feeding you mindset, motivation, practical steps and tools that you can start to implement into your business to grow your mind so you actually think and be and act like the person that you want to become? Saturate your environment. When you can pick up my phone and look at my Instagram. It's like constantly just like mindset, business, entrepreneurship, I'm constantly feeding and learning, like sales, like money, like energetics, like that is what I consume on a daily basis. And if I will not tolerate having a conversation with someone who doesn't understand this. That's the standard that I have. And I'm going to speak about what I'm doing to brainwash myself to be a 7-figure entrepreneur in a moment. And one of those things is environment. Like, the friends and the people that I'm communicating with, they're already 7 figures. Like, I am putting myself into the environment where that's just normalized, right? And the key thing here is your environment is just going to feed back what you are actually operating at. So if your environment is not 6 figures, you're not going to experience 6 figures. Same thing with me manifesting and brainwashing myself to becoming a 7-figure entrepreneur. If I'm not living the lifestyle or saturating my entire environment with that of a person who is a millionaire, well, am I going to receive it? No. So I have to saturate my environment to reflect what I am currently stepping into before the proof is even in my world. So that's number 2, saturate your environment. Number 3, and this is probably one of the most important things, is normalizing cash flow in present tense. Because the moment your nervous system accepts it as normal, money has no choice but to match it. So the moment that your nervous system accepts a certain dollar sign, money has no other option but to match what your nervous system holds the standard for. So I'm going to share with you a little story of how I basically regulated 10K months. When I was working towards my first 6 figures, I just constantly was reprogramming my subconscious mind to regulate 10K months. And the biggest thing that I did, which I believe is the most important thing that allowed me to have consistent 10K months, because I see people do this all the time in the industry. They'll hit a 10K a milestone and then they'll fall back and have like a low cash month afterwards. They'll now hit another milestone. They'll hit another 10K, 12K, and then they'll fall back down and they'll just go through this roller coaster, right, of the ups and the downs. And that is just, if you're experiencing that, it's got nothing to do with your business and everything to do with your nervous system regulation. Your body actually doesn't know how to hold the cash flow, doesn't know how to regulate that much energy. When we think money, we think energy. Money is just energy, right? And when you are constantly regulating yourself to hold and actually move and flow with that amount of energy, then your body, like you regulating that within your nervous system, that is going to send a message to money and be like, hey, like this is just the standard. So when I was working towards my first 10K, I remember it took me a while to be from when I first kind of stepped into the industry and I was just like, oh, hey, like I can actually make a lot of money here. I was reprogramming my subconscious mind, visualizing my bank account with $10,000 in it, writing down my affirmations. But here's the thing. What I wasn't doing is I wasn't fucking weaponizing self-talk and I was still hanging out with my old friends, all right? So that's why it took a little bit longer. So if you want to normalize your cash flow, it's also important to make sure that your environment is saturated and you're weaponizing self-talk if you want to hit that 10K month a lot fucking quicker. And this is all the same for 30K, 50K cash months. Like it's all the same, right? It's just on a greater capacity. So when I was working towards my first 10K month, when I hit it, because I had been regulating my nervous system to hold that amount of cash flow, it happened again and again and again. And I didn't really go backwards after that. I think I had like 1 or 2 months in the 12 months that business was shit. But for the most part, I hit it, and then I hit it again, and then I hit it again, and then it actually evolved. And now I'm not to say that business is not normally like that. I'm going to tell you right now, there is the fucking ups and the downs. And also the fact that I hit that and did it consecutively shows that I had obviously primed my nervous system to regulate that amount of energy. And what I actually did, my mental response was, of course, this is just normal for me. Of course I celebrated it. Of fucking course I celebrated it. It was amazing. It was a massive milestone for me. But what I didn't do, which I often see people do, is I didn't go, oh my God, and then be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like this actually happened. Like coming from a place of shocked energy. Instead, I came from a place of, I'm so proud of myself. Of course this happened. This is just my normal standard now. And I celebrated myself. I honored myself. I had a little fucking dance party in my bedroom. But the most important thing was I rewired my mind to be like, this is just the standard. This is just the standard. And it came from a place of self-certainty and self-conviction, and that knowing frequency of being like, I know this is just my life now, that penetrated any limiting belief. So this is what I want you to do is I want you to work on regulating your ability to hold 10K months. And how you can do this is visualize yourself. What does your life look like when you're hitting 10K months? Or 30K months, 50K months. What does your life look like? How does that feel in your body? And I just want you to see what you would do on a daily basis if you were experiencing that on a daily basis. I want you to feel what that was like. I want you to see what it would look like. I want you to hear what it would look like. I just want you to know within your body what that would be like when you are in the identity, right? So this is all comes back down to identity work. Then the income will flow. If you can double down on this identity work and really brainwash yourself, the income will flow. So there's 3 so far. 1, weaponize self-talk. 2, saturate your environment. 3, normalize your cash flow rather than act like a child at an ice cream store trying to pick a fucking ice cream flavor. All right? Just normalize it and celebrate it and know that absolutely this is normal for you. This is actually, honestly, this is how I celebrate my clients when they hit big milestones. And I'm like, yeah, babe, of course you did. What'd you expect? Like, it's just normal for you, right? And they're like, oh yeah, it actually is that simple. So number 4 to brainwash yourself is this is also really fucking important. You fully need to kill your old identity. Like fully. Like put her in a bag, throw in the bin. All right? You need to kill your old identity. For as long as you hold attachment to who you used to be, the longer it's going to take for you to fully step into the person that you want to become. Because identity always comes before income. So if you're still holding on to past parts of your identity that didn't have the income, guess what's going to happen? The income ain't going to flow. The identity piece is so important. It is the most important thing that you have to act as if before you have any proof. You have to fully be in the identity of before you have any proof. You can't drag your old self into a new reality. Again, anchoring back into what Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about. He is the king of reprogramming your subconscious mind. In order to have a new personal reality, you must become a completely different personality. This means, yes, you do have to completely disconnect from your old self. And this is in a metaphysical and a physical relation, right? So with the metaphysical, this is talking about your beliefs, your programmings. Go into personal development rooms. Heck, come into my room. I'll transform your fucking life. We'll reprogram your subconscious mind. Start working with me and you'll have no other option but to fully step into the identity of who you're becoming. Because that's the standard that I hold for clients who work with me. Inside my coaching programs, inside my group coaching programs and my masterminds, and also inside my 3-day event, Create Her, It is fully designed for you to kill that old identity so you can honestly actually step into the person who you know you were here to be. And we cut off those old programs. We shut down those limiting beliefs. And yes, they're going to pipe up here and there because the universe is going to challenge you and actually test you. How much do you actually want this? You're going to be faced with your shadows. And it's up to you and your level of discernment to actually always choose the better thinking thought, actually always choose the identity that you are stepping into and the person that you are becoming. Because you can go into these rooms and you can absolutely fucking change your life by going in personal development rooms. I literally just filmed an episode, which filmed the episode just before, but it's going to come out actually after this episode, with the woman who first opened me up to personal development. It was the very first personal development room I went into and I interviewed her. And it's so crazy because in those moments where I was like, holy fuck, who even am, like the person that I was back then compared to now, completely different because I've constantly killed the old identity on a metaphysical and a physical level. So when I say metaphysical, I mean internal, your subconscious mind, your thoughts, patterns, behaviors. And then on a physical is literally how you show up in the world, how you dress, how you do your hair, how you wear your makeup. When I'm going through an identity shift and recalibration, I will literally change what I wear. I will change my nail shape. I will wear different cologne or perfume. I will wear jewelry. I will do my hair differently. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've gotten my lashes off recently because I'm like, oh, cool. The 7-figure version of me, she actually doesn't wear any lashes. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I know not right now because I just went for a run this morning. So it's wash day, but I've been wearing my hair a lot more curly and it's like, cool. I'm just fully embodying my next level. I've got wear my nails differently. I'm wearing more jewelry because that version of me who is a millionaire, that's how she shows up. So I'm consciously choosing to physically adopt my reality as the identity of a millionaire. Identity comes before income. I'm going to say that a number of times on this episode because I really want you to bring it home. All right. So we're now that we've killed the old identity, and this is something that I love doing on my VIP days with my clients. I've actually recently done like 4 fucking VIP days in 1 week. It was a lot, but I loved it. And a key theme for my clients that we were working through is killing off their old identities, really releasing the shame, really releasing the good girl and the people pleaser behavior, because you holding on to that is going to keep you stuck in the past and your income will not land in your bank account whilst you're still holding on to that shit. All right. And yeah, it's going to fucking test you. It's going to stretch you, but it's worth it always. You have 1 or 2 options. You either face it, kill the old identity, or you just keep playing out the same cycle. Now, I don't know about you, but I know what I would choose. All right. And then the last one, number 5 of how to brainwash yourself is leaning into fear as proof. I want you to make fear your friend. Where can you be in more states of fear? And this might be counterintuitive. And also, the more I've lent into fear, the more money I've made. I see fear as a green light. The system will tell you to run. And obviously there's going to be a difference between the fear of being abducted and the fear of investing in yourself. You know, use your level of discernment, all right? If you're on the precipice of being abducted, that's not a green light. That's a fucking red light. Run the other way. But when it comes to investing in yourself and you feel that fear of should I do it, should I not do it? That fear is honestly the precipice of the stretch for you to step into that next level. Every single millionaire that I know, and I know a lot of them, runs towards fear, not away from it. They see fear as like, oh, fuck yeah, game the fuck on. How can I be more in fear? How can I challenge myself more? How can I step into the unknown more? Every single millionaire that I know, and like I said, I know a fucking lot of them. My whole environment is filled with them. They're like, yep, bigger risk, more money, let's fucking go. How much can I challenge myself? How much can I stretch myself? It's almost like we're addicted to it, I think. I actually realized this the other day. I was like, I actually think I'm low-key addicted to the chaos of the stretch and the unknown because I'm like, oh, How's it going to work out in my favor this time round? And it's a little bit cooked because right now we're in that stage right now in my business. And I'm like, whoa, how did we fucking get here? I don't even know how we're going to get out of it, but let's play this game. Universe, what have we got? How are you going to work? Right? And leaning into that fear. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes I'm like, this is fucked up. And also, every time I get over the hump of the fear, guess what happens? The income flows. Why? Because I stepped into that identity and I allowed myself to feel the stretch, be expanded by it, lean into the fear, and then the income flowed. This is how I have brainwashed myself to become a multi-6-figure entrepreneur. And now I want you to do the same thing. So if we look back, number 1, weaponize self-talk. Tell yourself every day with movement if you can. I think that's honestly probably my little secret weapon is training or running whilst reprogramming my subconscious mind. I actually think that it's been like my little quantum jumping little secret. So now you know my secrets. The next one is saturate your environment. Then you want to normalize the cash flow, okay? Of course you're doing 10K months. Of course you're doing 30K months. It's fucking normal, babe. It's normal. It's your new normal. Number 4 is kill the old identity. Goodbye. She's gone. See you later. Out in the fucking trash can. And 5, how can you be in more fear more often? Brainwash yourself to experience these things. And I guarantee if you do every single step that we've listed in this podcast, I guarantee in 6 months' time, you can be in a completely different state financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I guarantee it. Now, like I said, that's how I did 6 figures. 7 figures, basically rinse and repeat, baby, just at a greater capacity. For me, stepping into becoming a millionaire at 27, I am paying what millionaires pay. So I'm investing a lot. I'm investing right now on a monthly basis more than what I made in like 4 months of my nursing degree. It's wild. It's wild. But I know that by paying to play, I will win. It's simple. I'm also hanging out with millionaires. Like my standard for people that I connect with is very high. If you don't meet that threshold, I don't want to be friends with you. Honestly, that's how I play the game because that's how committed I am. Also, when it comes to my dating life, right? I've got a very fucking high standard. It helped that my ex was a multi-millionaire, but I've now experienced that. So what do I accept? Nothing but that. My standards are high. But if that's who I want to step into and embody, identity comes, then the cash flow. And then the most important thing that I'm doing right now is I feed the future until it becomes present. I feed my mind the future until it becomes present. And Elon Musk, everyone knows who Elon Musk is, right? People thought he was crazy, but he actually has brainwashed the entire fucking world. He constantly says and repeatedly says he's going to make humanity multi-planetary. And he said that before he had any money, before Tesla, before SpaceX, before any of those things. He said that. He was saying it before he had proof. He was being in the identity before the income came. So for you to brainwash yourself, and also if you want to take it to the next level and be like fucking Elon Musk and brainwash the entire fucking world, how big are you willing to play in how much you're shifting your identity? That's all it comes down to is identity work at the end of the day. How are you showing up in the person that you want to become without the proof? I want you to look at like how you're playing the game right now. What identity are you creating? If you want to step into your next level and brainwash yourself, it starts now. It doesn't start on Monday. It doesn't start when you're ready. Oh my God, yawn, shift into the identity and the income will flow. All right, my beautiful soul. I hope you love this episode. If you did, please comment what you loved about it. Share it on your social media. Tag us at the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast because sometimes I don't really know who's listening and if you're listening and if you're getting any value from it. And I want to see it. And I would love to know what you think. Share. It helps us grow. It helps me. It helps everyone involved. So thank you for the love, for the support. Can you believe we're at episode 29? What the heck? Crazy. All right, my babes, I will see you in the next episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Again, if you like this, please follow, please comment, please share it with someone who needs to hear it today. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.